Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another Summer Satsang service. Now, it's crazy. Summer's winding down, but that doesn't mean the Satsangs are going to stop. Now, this morning, I just want you to really just relax. We're going to continue that loving expression and calm that we get from sleep and really dive right into our meditation. So, as usual, we're going to begin with a nice, just deep breath in through the nose. There's a smile, that sigh of relief, just a simple exhale, letting that breath drop away. Again, we're going to take 2 more deep breaths just to relax the body, the emotions, and the mind. Focusing on that breath in and consciously letting go of your tension with that exhale. One final deep breath in. And that effortless sigh of relief. And as we allow that calm and stillness and warmth from the breath to fill up that body, we shift our attention to the sound of the Om. After each tap of the bell, we allow our full focus and attention to be pointed towards that sound, resonating from the heart, the throat, and the crown. With a nice and slow, deep inhale, we allow that first Om to calm the body. And again, with a nice deep breath. We allow the emotions to settle. And with our final deep breath, we allow the thoughts to drop away. Again, taking a loving deep breath, we allow ourselves to shift our attention to the sound of the bell fade away as we drop into the own inner silence and stillness of our very own being. For it's here in this moment of rest, this state of calm, we come to know and find ourselves as that silent presence, that silent witness itself. No matter the disturbance, no matter the environment around you, the presence, the peace of your own inner being is effortless, forever calm. In truth, nothing can disturb it. Everything that arises within our existence, we allow because of this power of this silent witness. For it gives life to all internal phenomena. Every sensation, every emotion, every thought that crosses our gaze. We have a choice to give it life or to simply shift our attention of affection somewhere else. So, what happens when you give your full attention to the silence within you? What happens when you keep your gaze affixed to your heart? All it takes a moment to look and see for yourself, to come into that beautiful ground and pasture of love, calm, and happiness. I lovingly invite you to take this leap of faith within yourself. The most important trust fall inwards, to dive deep underneath the surface of your own issues, chaos, thoughts, emotions, and sensations, to simply be. For you are love, you are light, you are that great eternal witness itself. And it's here we come to see that ourselves, experientially knowing that thoughtless states, emotionless states, separation from the body is possible. That you are this eternal divine presence within all life. For each of us have a doorway, a path to it, these great recognitions of Source. And it's through your own sense of me and I. And I promise you it will never go away, but transform into something beautiful, pure, as you were when you were a child. It's here we come to recognize all life stems from these great eternal sources of life, and you are an expression of it. Take a loving deep breath, but do not force the lungs, simply observe them operate. Look at the sensation of the body's stomach and diaphragm moving in and out. And it's here this power of focus, this power of attention creates separation of the intimate feelings that you are this form. For even in sleep it drops away from you, but the knowing of I still remains in dream and astral travel. You are far more than just confined to a bodily flesh of a vessel and vehicle. You are that magnetic, that electrifying presence that embodies all life within this universe. Grab the reins and be still. Any disturbance within your body is just resistance. Ignore it and dismiss it and take your rightful position as the governor of this vessel. Be disciplined, be consistent in your looking, and simply watch the breath. Do not allow yourself to be disturbed by outside presence, by the external happenings, until you come to recognize you are the divine embodied. Everything in life happening is pointing you and pushing you towards this great realization. For in truth, it serves as your liberation, why you came here into this embodiment. So, what if this was your last? What if you could enter the kingdom within and gain that eternal embodiment, forever letting go of the wheel of karma, reincarnation? Look within yourself and see. Look within the heart of hearts and find yourself. Each of us has the choice, but we all unknowingly come here and enter into this realm to free ourselves, to escape the trap, to truly awaken to this heaven on earth. The reason it might seem more like a dystopia than the utopia it's intended is because we are each gods and goddesses of creation and manifestation. We are each imbued with the powers to create and bring forward action and activity into this world. But far too many of our cosmic siblings do not understand their source, which is why all happenings of evil arise. So shine the light within your heart and be that source of good in which you are intended. For your stillness, your emptiness, the presence of your own being stems from love. And in truth, all creative forces are derived from love. Those that do bad and evil, as we say, love those actions. Therefore, we must understand this life is a game of affection. But when you tap into your truest power of light, peace, calm, harmony, inclusiveness, you spread those light of love, those rays of the heart that can move mountains, that can separate the oceans to create a path. It's your power, it's your position of authority, but you must take control of it. That is each of our roles. It is only our own responsibility to do such. No one else can do it for us. So what holds you back from letting go? These are the things we must look within ourselves. Recognize what bothers you from others is but a reflection of something that bothers you within yourself. Moments of aggression, passion can simply subside when we take a breath and observe. It is only our assumptions and expectations not being met. To awaken to the truth within us, we must be accountable and hold ourselves to a high standard of activity. For if we set the bar so low, the body will simply take control and governance of your experience, forever living the chaotic life, the roller coaster of personhood, the egoic ways of being. And those lesser vibrations will continue to blind you. It will continue to put up walls around you, dividing you from the oneness that life is, that you are itself. Take a loving deep breath, filling each and every cell with those vital forces of prana and chi and energy around you. Fill your vessel up as much as you can with this loving light, and simply hold it within you as it collects, as it gathers all negative energies and tensions, and with your exhale, release them from you. Holding the lungs empty of air, allow those loving, revitalizing forces to redistribute before you take in your next breath. Again, filling yourself up as much as you can with that life force, holding it, and allowing it to drop away again, releasing all negative tensions and energies. And once more. And as we release these tensions, simply observe the body, the calm, the love, the stillness. Know that these sensations and recognitions never leave you. They are you, in a lesser way of expressing it. For our true nature is undefinable, inexpressible. It is simply observed and felt, and when we know we're home, it's through the aroma of love, peace, calm, serenity within. And it's here again we must recognize that this never leaves us, it is us. And that all disturbances, all sensations of the form, all emotions and thoughts, they are the clouds passing by within your infinite sky of being. And the more we identify ourselves and know ourselves as that calm, silent observer, that infinite sky within, the less those clouds damper our shine, the more readily we are to let go of the temporary discomforts. For it's here we recognize our true position. It's here we gain space within, no longer feeling the intense intimacy of thought, sensation, and emotion. But it starts with discipline. It starts with accountability. When you choose to sit and rest, sit and rest. Don't allow the body to fidget. If you're choosing to focus, allow yourself to not be distracted by anything else. When you find yourself in unsatisfactory positions, allow yourself to do them with a smile, not allowing anything to disturb you within. Life will reward you with these opportunities to recognize and to liberate yourself, but you must keep moving forward. You will be uplifted by your ancestors. You will be guided by your spirits. You will be loved by those around you. And those that will be necessary for your growth will cross your path. So give yourself these moments, these daily minutes throughout your waking state to simply shift your attention back to your truth. For all it takes is a moment to fully liberate yourself and let go. And the more you remain within your own inner calm and love, the more readily available those infinite and eternal powers will be for you. You will be calm despite any raging storm. You will speak clearly and confidently despite the negative situations you may be in. You will be graced with the courage to overcome any fear. So simply let go of expectations and assumptions and simply witness life unfold before your very eyes. For you are life itself, you are love itself. You're the light of illumination that makes all creative happenings possible. Simply rest and marinate within yourself. What do you observe? We take our final deep breath together, and with the tap of the bell, we allow our exhale to transform into that powerful as we take in these energies, as we liberate ourselves, as we root ourselves within this effortless knowing of our true being, of our pure self, that silent witness and observer, that force of intuition and love. Take in your final deep breath now. Namaste. I bow to that divine within you. And as that concludes our guided meditation portion, the floor is open for any questions. So if you have any, feel free to drop those in the comments. Now, I do have one question here that was sent to me via Facebook. What are we to do when those around us are negative? And then a little personal stuff, so I won't really get into that. Well, I think that's funny how it kind of relates to this meditation is that if there are those around you that are negative, whether it be through fear, doubt, just straight up exclusiveness, or just being negative in general, Debbie Downer or pessimistic, you could say. Um, just remember what came up in this meditation that you have to be your own source of truth. It's your choice to let others disturb you. It's your conscious efforts and affection towards that dissatisfaction, that discomfort that gives it life. And ultimately, when anyone is being negative and doesn't, hear you, this is going towards your question specifically, when you feel like your voice isn't being heard, when you feel like people don't see you for what you really are, and they may seem like you're hokey or crazy. They use the word crazy, but I don't like that word because in spirituality, when you dive into these waters, I don't really think it's a craziness. It's actually coming back into the true normality of life. You just start to recognize the absurdities and hypocrisies and true craziness that's really so culturally acceptable. We live in a very messed up society and we normalize it. So don't see yourself as crazy, first off. You got to recognize it's society that's actually out of its mind. But it's because they're so egoically based. Now, getting back to the point, ultimately, you really have to simply dig your feet deeper into this ground of truth and not budge. because everything that comes up within your life is grace. It's an opportunity for you to either let go of something, and sometimes it is letting go of someone. Now, it doesn't mean it's out of hatred. It's really that shift to seeing everything as out of love and compassion. Now, when someone's being mean to you, if they're being negative towards you, if they're being really fearful of you, you need to understand it's just because they don't understand. It's not your fault. It's not their fault. It simply is what it is. And I think that's one of the hardest things for people to really accept when you are developing yourself spiritually or diving into this realm of unfoldment is because it hurts. Like you peel back all these layers of confusion and delusion and assumption, and you feel things more intensely in truth. So the pains, it's like your joys and the levels of good that you can experience skyrocket, but so does that threshold for the pain in which you see because you start to recognize it where it really comes from. You start to feel for them because you've been there. And it's here that I can really just say be compassionate, be loving, see things as that, knowing that they're just not there yet. They don't even know. And I like to akin this to my own students as, you wouldn't yell at a child and scream in their face for not being able to tie their shoes if you didn't teach them. Even if they made a mistake, you wouldn't like scream in their face. And if you're a parent out there screaming at toddlers, stop. Like straight up stop. They're little people learning how to people. And that's ultimately what you have to start seeing with others is that realm of compassion, is that they're not there yet. They're not where you're at. We each develop and awaken to things differently, and that's the beauty of this experience. It's important for you to simply see others and respect others in that full knowing of namaste, bowing to the divine within each being, and knowing that we all stem from that great eternal source. It's not just you, and again, too, just to give you personally some words of encouragement, you're not alone. You're never alone. There's 8 billion people on this rock, you know? The numbers are on your side. And most importantly, you have to recognize I truly don't think many people, yes, there's a small percentage, but a really, really small percentage, but most people don't really intend to hurt other people. I've learned this personally. I've learned this through others. I've learned this through my own processes of helping others heal and myself and my own healing. That people may really, really hurt you, like really hurt you, like dig the dagger deep and twist it type of hurt you. And they may not even be aware of it. It just is what it is. And you have to be able to express yourself. You have to be able to open up so they can. If you're the one putting up walls and not building bridges of understanding, then that's on you. And that's kind of the double-edged sword is that yes, people can be nasty and mean, but it's like the true Jesus turn the other cheek. It doesn't give you the right and authority to go after them. So to sum up that long explanation, as I always kind of get caught up in, because again, like life is circumstantial. It's experientially driven. There's different levels to where people are at. So different situations require different things. But ultimately, if someone's being negative, fearful, doubtful, just exclusive, aggressive, remain in your inner peace. Remain in that knowing that you are light of love and so are they. And simply recognize that inner divinity within each being and watch life transform. You don't even recognize that when you start to level up in this process of unfoldment, you are empowering yourself. And when you no longer put up the walls within your own heart, you leave room for growth in others. Now, those types of I am presence teachings will be touched upon later as their own series, because until you really recognize your source of oneness and you feel that, I guess you would say, boundless or limitless state, then you can't really use it wisely, and you can't actually really use it. So that's more of like an advanced series type of thing. But if you've, experienced that sense of oneness with life, you don't feel, your body drops away, your ego drops away, and you kind of reassert yourself as that being before you were named, then that's when you can fully use that I am presence for your own protection, your own safety, your own love, and you can use it to help awaken others. Um, I'm going to be honest with you. These past few months since the lockdown really started, I've been practicing that stuff. So I'm not at a place personally where I feel like I'm in the right to teach it yet, and I haven't been given any type of permission from my own masters. So it's one of those things that it will come, but you have to be ready for it. So stay tuned for that stuff because that's going to be incredibly powerful. But, just live life happy, live life with that loving light, knowing that it illuminates from you and no one can ever dampen your shine. And again, you allow these disturbances and discomforts to really rile you up and bring you down and thrash you all about with your attention towards them. So the simplest thing to do is simply look away, do something else, leave the space. You don't always have to say something to someone. You can simply just give them a look. Because if it's not better than the beauty of the silence and stillness within, then words don't really need to be spoken. That's the beauty of it. And when you recognize your own peace and love and light within, you can simply shift your attention towards that saying of, or the many sayings of like, I I wish them the best. I hope they awaken to their truth. Those loving, positive statements for another that can really liberate them when you speak to them silently within yourself. Now that will blow your mind, so you got to try that if you haven't yet. But again, all this grace, recognize everything that's happening is for our liberation. And until we've literally walked those, steps through the valley of the shadows of death ourselves, everything is kind of helping us along that path so we can truly enter that kingdom of heaven within. So, as I say, may the fruit of knowledge offer a seed, and in that seed may your love, will, and intuition give life and nourishment. For a tree shall grow, and in its shade may you find peace, and offer peace to all who ask. Namaste. I love you so much. Thank you for joining me this morning. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. It really helps with the analytics. My page gets censored because I speak the truth. And it's not just on certain videos, it's literally on everything. I've seen all my analytics get all crazy because of YouTube. So please share, please promote this page. The world needs to awaken, and each of us is responsible for that. So continue to shine your love and light, you beautiful soul, and I'll see you Wednesday. I love you so much. In typical Peter fashion. Peace!